go. Super, super. Well, let's take a breath, everyone, please. Let's take a breath, everyone, please. We are going to do a work to support transitioning of stuck energy in its different various forms. We're gathering on the full moon, as was the original intention going back like 5 years ago, to do this on the full moon. I have done my best to stick with that, and today I'm doing so. We have the snow moon today. And a little while ago, I discovered what the snow moon was. Understand it is the moon in February, traditionally in this country, North America. And it's so called because of the heavy snowfall around this time. It's also known, I believe, as the hunger moon. So it's all like relating to winter and maybe a deprivation of the sort of situations you'd like to find yourself in. Okay. Just as a start there. It makes me think of the next one, which of course be March, and then the seasons shift and it's different. I've got this kind of cold time right now. I'll talk about Valentine's Day later on. I'm trying to stay on point here. I was reading up on this time as well, and with the full moon, there's always going to be heightened emotions. You'll always be finding that. But my eyes happen to fall on the words letting go of what no longer serves you. And you do anything within the new agey type stuff, you're going to come across that kind of sentence from time to time, aren't you? Letting go of what no longer serves you. And I think it behooves one to ask questions like, well, why do I think I need to hold on to this? And I think you've got to look at both sides of that. What am I trying to let go of? Where am I trying to get to? Why do I need to stay in this situation? A good friend of mine says, if you want something, if you want to have something, you've got to ask yourself why you don't want it to. You have to balance both sides of it. Because if you don't know your net, if you're looking for your yes and you don't know your no, you can't be truly free with that. And just something to play with there. If we're looking to let go, and there's a whole conversation about what that truly means. In fact, I'm going to give you, I have a prop here. I'm going to give you an example of what I believe it means. I bought this from Office Max. I shouldn't have. I thought it was post-it notes. It's not post-it notes. It's actually just paper. So this will actually live longer than I will. But anyway, have this as an example of what I understand letting go is. So let's say well, actually something did happen to me when I was 15, right? I was 15. I still remember where I was in a particular classroom in a school in Highgate, London. And let's say I developed trauma from that. Okay. Life goes on, and maybe around about 25, I'm starting to have some awareness of it, and processing happens. Now, time is a great healer, as they say. And so what is going to happen over time is little elements of that are going to get shed away, but still we've got something that looks pretty much the same. Now, how long do you think it would take to peel off layer by layer of this? Let's look how much there is, okay? Time is going to do that. But why we get invested in spirituality is to be more deliberate about layers of the onion that we are peeling off, okay? And so vernacular doesn't support that process. Vernacular doesn't line up with that process, because you can say, well, okay, I had this experience, it was cathartic, I have let go of it. It's like, well, no, you haven't. You've maybe peeled off that much of it, which still leaves all of that. Okay. And so with that, I'd say, please have some compassion, kindness, and self-respect to allow the period of time to take what it takes, because you know what happens, right? You'll move along with life and nothing will have come up for years. Then it all comes up, and then you think, what's wrong with me, right? Why can't I? Why am I still going through this? That's the sort of thing that happens. Which brings us to occasions like this, where we as a group of people get together and do something a bit more deliberate with it. A few days ago, we were holding Healing Current, and that's coming at from one angle. This is coming at from another angle. And so I'm not going to get my Merkaba prop out today. You've seen me do that enough times. And if you're with me for the first time, you ain't missing anything. Just Google it, okay? I want to I want to say the same thing in a different way. What we do when we do this work, right? So on one hand, yes, it's a meditation. We get in our Merkaba, we go to an etheric retreat, something happens in there, then we get in our Merkaba, we come back, right? That's I could say that, yes, absolutely. But what the more elongated training that's going on in this particular work is to take our energetic state deliberately and very purposefully manipulate it to another form. And I mean manipulate it in the very best way, right? Because we have full choice over what our energetic state and shape looks like at any given time. We shift that so that we can hold a higher quality of energy, so that we can be of so that we can be of service to a far greater population, clear an energy that might have taken another 5 years to get stuck, then step down again and return to our original state and go and watch Game of Thrones or whatever you were going to do tonight. And all of that is possible, and it's quite natural in the human state to do that, as far as I see it anyway. You see, I don't need to get my Merkaba and go, look at the pretty points, and Lewis gave it to me, and all the stuff I've said a trillion times to you before, you know? What you do for others, you do for yourself tenfold, 100-fold, whatever fold. But it returns to you magnified. You understand that, right? You all understand that. Just nod at me. Just, yes, Joshua. Yes, yeah. Yes, Joshua. No one's not, thank you. Thank you. Right, right, right. Just so you know, this isn't just about sitting in front of your computer screen and so on. There's more that's happening here. What else is worth saying? Yeah, yeah. While I'll find out how I do have a prop. This is Numite. Lewis gave it to me. This is 3 billion years old. This is literally older than everything in the building I'm in. 3 billion years old. Can you imagine traveling for 3 billion years old and ending up in my hand? Can you imagine that? No, no, neither can I. Anyhow, this is a great stone, great property stone for holding different states together. Now, while yes, we will shift our state. We go to an etheric temple, right, as it were, and that process we've done dozens of times together before. It's not necessarily the case that the same thing happens in the same place, right? I go do my grocery shopping in Target. Don't judge me. I go do my grocery shopping in Target, and it's not necessarily the case that the same stuff is going to be there, right? Like there wasn't spinach for a whole week at the start of the year. Eggs are more expensive, all the stuff you know. It's not necessarily the case that the same thing's going to happen in the same place. And so when we do this work, we go to the etheric retreat, the Temple of Ascension. They're not vastly different beings, but there's different collections of beings. There's different things that go on the different levels of the temple as well. There's different qualities of energy that comes through to be cleared. The column in which we sit in is sometimes wider. And so different things go on. I don't know what you guys see when you do this. I don't know what your own experience is, but I'm just wishing to share that. All right. That's more talking than I thought I was going to do. So this is a meditation we're going to do. I'm going to lead us through meditation. I'm not using music today. This shouldn't take more than 25 minutes. And let's go. Take a breath. Why don't we close our eyes? Heavenly Father, Mother, God, Goddess, the sweet essence of light and purity of sweetness and blessings from source and always. We call you through us, as us, from each molecule, from each atom, around us. As we breathe as one. And the spiritual magnificence around us also collects, ready to work, ready to be used. And we begin as ever, always, by grounding our presence, grounding our essence, sending that deep below, beneath us, sending that into the earth, grounding ourselves. No wrong way of doing this. Letting an essence of you go deep into the earth. And here we are anchoring. Here we are connecting, perhaps reconnecting beneath us, ready to work, ready to hold higher energy in our bodies. Just letting that go beneath you. Each of us, all of us, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. As so below, so too above. And we're connecting above us. The same process, this time above us, as it were. Father Sky, Christ consciousness grid. See it as you see it. Ready to receive. Ready to interpolate higher energy through and from our crown energy. Sacred masculine above, sacred feminine below, connected through you. You, the conduit. You, the sacred conduit. All of us as one. Let's breathe. I call to the four sacred directions around us, anchoring in each whole. I welcome the love of the archangels to stand as gatekeeper in each realm, shining light upon us, fortifying, protective, loving light. I call to all of our higher selves, to this greatest aspect of us, humbly asking this aspect to lead us, attune us, galvanize us, raise us, so that each day, and this as any other, we center ourselves more and more in the direction of our soul's purpose. We hear that through every fiber of our being. I am calling forth the very highest good of our time together this day, this full moon in February. And so in the name of the Christ, I am the presence, I am the activity, calling on the loving support of the Archangel Azrael to be our guide, our steward for our work together. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Let's close our eyes then. Let's close our eyes and just give ourselves a moment to collect, to breathe. It is always a good reminder, even the choice, the inclination to gather in this way. This is 90% of the work. And the love of spirit, love of God, sees a group of willing children such as ourselves. Please relax, knowing that most of the work is done, and we can enjoy this. You can enjoy this. And so here we sit, breathing naturally, peacefully, and around us, as we begin and ever and always, we're going to call to, feel for our Merkaba field. This is new to you. We begin with a downward facing, three-sided pyramid. The base is around your shoulders. The peak is a few inches below your feet. We add to this an upward facing, three-sided pyramid. Its base is around your knees. Its peak is a few inches above your head. Its greatest width is a little further than if you could stretch your arms out to the sides. Now allow these two different pyramids to spin in opposite directions. Let them spin faster and faster and faster until it becomes a blur, a whirl. And to the naked eye, it would seem as if you were sitting within a bubble. And just breathe. But already this elevates your energy. They call the Merkaba the sacred transportation, to take us to other realms, to travel astrally. And this we will do, as it were. So as we breathe as one group, we take off in this vessel, we leave the ground, and we travel faster than the speed of light. Just breathe now, just breathe now. And in your mind's eye, with your eyes closed, look to your left, to your right, and see our group all traveling together at peace. Our speed begins to diminish, and we slow down. In the distance, growing in our field of vision, we see a vast cathedral-like building becoming bigger in our field of vision. We slow down. We descend. We reach the ground. This Merkaba field around us begins to dissipate, and we walk together as a group towards this vast building. Breathe. See a vast stone staircase ahead of us, and let us ascend this staircase together. At the top of the staircase, we're met by two 14-foot beings who smile and bow to us. They open some vast doors, and we walk in together as a group. Let us breathe. Inside this temple, we look around, we find ourselves in a cathedral-like massive structure, the size of a baseball stadium. And within here, you will see countless beings, fields of light, engaged in different activities, all around and at all levels of this structure. As you look up, you cannot see the top. Beings from all sides of this vast room turn round and smile. You see the smile through their field of light. You know that you are welcome here and appreciated here. Together we walk into the center of this room, the etheric temple of ascension. In the very center of this room, there is a sacred fire burning, and around it are crystalline chairs, one for each of us. Each of us finds our seat, and you notice how comfortable the chair is, perfectly aligned for your back. You feel a pair of hands gently placed upon your shoulders. Each of these is a guardian of the temple of ascension, here to support you, here to work with you, in appreciation of you. Beloved Archangel Azrael walks towards our group. He is vast. He bows to us, extends his arm, and raises the sacred flame by 2 meters. With his other arm, he expands it. Around it, there is a vast column that shoots up to the very top of this building. He expands this as well, that we all sit within it. Breathe. From the center of this fire, a beam of light is shone into each of our hearts. A current of energy goes from one to the next of us in a continual stream, a continual circle. Our work begins. High above us, near to, but not at the top of this building, portals open around the side. And from here into the column flows the coagulated, etheric morass from the earth.
Okay, I found this on the web for Morris from the earth.
Breathe. This stuck energy was born from human thought, from concern, from challenge that had nowhere to go to, for the human mind is given to solution and resolution and does not thrive when this is not in place. And so the most of our work this day is to allow this to move. And so you breathe as from out of these portals flows stuck energy. And it enters this column of light. And as it does that, it is immediately transmuted. It is immediately changed in state and quality to be that of supportive. This group is well able to hold space for this. So, beloved Azrael will raise the frequency of our column of light. Please breathe. And out of these portals flows more and more and more. As we shared earlier, that which you do for others, the love you extend returns to you. And so heaviness that you are a vessel for moving and clearing and transmuting from out of the collective is more than equally moved out of your life and out of your way. That you can hold your space in this frequency is a testament to your own diligence, to your own spiritual practice. The work that we do when we come to the Temple of Ascension is also to support those beings that have been caught in between realms. Above these portals, additional portals also open. And from here, it is the discarnates, the stuck souls, that we have the privilege to support, to be released and free. Just allow them to come forth, to enter the portal, to enter the column. And brought into the light. For each of you, if you have a situation in your life that you cannot see or find resolution for, you are welcome to release this into the column of light as well. As the remaining dregs of stuck elemental energy flow into the column of light, as the last of the discarnate beings also enters the column of light, we breathe. Let your shoulders relax. The portals at the very top close. The portals beneath that also close. Beloved Azrael, reduces, contracts the column until the flame itself is only revealed. This he also reduces to its original size. The current of energy flowing between us all diminishes. The ray of light from the flame to your chest is withdrawn. The being behind you raises its hands. We take a breath. Beloved Azrael bows to us as one. He holds this bow in appreciation, reminding us to call, to ask, to continually let go and make space for more. Together we rise from our seats. We turn to face the loving angel behind us and hug in embrace. We walk together as one group to the door, which opens. We walk through. The large beings at the door also bow to us, reminding us we are welcome to return. Together we descend the staircase. We stand as a group, and once again we call our Merkaba field around us. Please do that in your own way. And as you see and you feel the whirl of light around you, together we elevate, we raise once again, and we set off at the speed of light to our point of origin. I shall count us back from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're feeling the chair that you're in, the temperature of the room, the smells, your hands on your lap. Let's take a deep breath together. Let's get ourselves back in our body. You may keep your eyes closed or open as you wish, but let's just gently rub the cheeks, the eyes, the nose, the ears. Take a drink if you have them. Okay, okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. And I understand people watch this on recording, and thank you as well. I think we can all accept in a realm and in a way, whenever you do this, it is now. It is now. For a week or two, I have been feeling energy moving very slowly. I've been getting caught and stuck in certain of my energy centers. And so I appreciate doing this today. Certainly do. I feel it moving, feel a lot moving. And we do what is ours to do, right? Wouldn't want to do any less, can't do any more. We want to click in, we want to click out, don't want to be holding it. We want to do our best. We also want to show up for our daily and earthly responsibilities, right? It should all dance together. Don't think I said at the start. Original purpose of doing this on the full moon is because of the power behind that, right? Given that we want to move a lot, the energy of the full moon is very loud energy, very loud energy. It's not that this couldn't be done any time. It's a simple meditative process. There's nothing you couldn't do any other time of the day or the month. But I would say that the quality of energy to work with on the full moon makes this kind of thing easier than we're doing it on the new moon. And conversely, if you want to work with intentions and bringing something into form from nothing, the quieter energy the new moon makes it easier than doing it in the loud and messy energy of the full moon. I want to say. You know, before I won't say, just before we finish here, we've got Valentine's Day coming up, and you know, I wanted to say, for some people it's an enjoyable day, for some people not. You know, if it is an enjoyable day for you, I'm delighted for you. I really am. And I want you to know that that's a quality of, you know, intentions and the way you've been living and so on, that you've brought that into form, okay? And you deserve it. If it's a day which you don't enjoy, just let me be a voice now that reminds you that you are so seen, you're so cared about, so deeply, deeply loved all of the time, ceaselessly. And I hope you can take a minute or two on Valentine's Day to allow that in. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. With that, I don't have anything left to say. So I'll let you all go. Have a lovely rest of the week. Lovely Valentine's Day, a lovely weekend. Something is happening soon. I can't remember what. Not prepared for that. Something is next week. So I will see you all soon.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you.
Bye, Joshua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.